Of Soul and Joy is an educational program dedicated to empowering youth through photography and is proudly announcing its collection, I Put My Hand on My Chest to Feel My Heartbeat. It's hosted at the historic Constitutional Hill. It's happening between the 1st of February until the 31st of March 2025. Now, this collection invites the public to step into the vibrant community of Thokoza through the lens of its youth, offering a range of personal stories and visual narratives captured by some of South Africa's most promising emerging photographers. And so joining us now here in studio is OSJ Project Assistant and Photographer Sibusiso Bheka, as well as OSJ student Tadiwa Mkono. Good morning to the both of you, and thank you for making time to be here.
Thank you very much for having us.
Firstly, congrats on this offering. I know that it's thought-provoking. I know that it's also putting, us in, giving us a lens, a personal view into the lives in Thokoza. And I wonder if we can look at I Put My Hand on My Chest to Feel My Heartbeat. What is being evoked through that, through this exhibition?
Yes, thank you for having us today. I think the title of the exhibition talks about, personal stories. Because Of Soul and Joy, it's a collective of young people doing photography, established by Ruby Smith and us in 2012. So really what we're trying to do is that we have a collection of different photographers that are exhibiting, but now everyone has their own personal stories that is coming from the community that they live in. So really what we're trying to do, it's about heartfelt stories that each individual photographer, they're personal to them.
The experiences that people are going to undergo and see is obviously also heartfelt as well.
True.
Tadiwa, let me start with you. Talk to us about your experience, what you hope to convey, and what it was also like to be part of this.
First of all, thank you for having us. On this exhibition, actually, we are exploring our stories, our visual narratives. So we will be we are exhibiting like different types of
images,
visual narratives, and images also, because it speaks about us, and it's not also us, our stories as us as artists, but it's also about us and community of Thokoza.
Absolutely. What do you think came through from your story, from your vantage point?
So what I think came through from my story is that, like, for me, like, it was actually like the stories of grandfathers, like how, like they be comfortable, when I photograph them, so that touched me to the core, because sometimes when I listen to their stories, sometimes emotional and sometimes exciting,
Yes. I mean, grandfathers have lived many years. So obviously they're rich in history, but also ready to hand over that baton. And that's a beautiful lens that we need to also perhaps understand our communities a little bit better through. Constitutional Hill came on board. I wonder how you could speak to what they stand for and how they would have influenced what was being curated or perhaps even an offer.
Yes, no, I think what we looked at in terms of the exhibition, because we are dealing with young people.
Yes.
So, and also South Africa celebrating, 30 years of democracy. So, and also wanted to bring these stories which are told by young people. And so I think Constitutional Hill offered a space, and also Constitutional Hill's history in terms of South Africa, because it was a former prison. And so, and also recently it's a UNESCO heritage site, true. So, and then putting those two together where young people are sort of like sharing their voice, and also using this historical site that has, the history of South Africa. So I think that made it work together.
Because the tools of empowerment then, as you alluded to, being able to tell your story then comes to the fore, and perhaps even just expressing ourselves. What do you think came through on that front for all the youth that participated, but even for people who are going to come and see the exhibition at large?
No, I think the youth empowerment thing, it's something which most of the time in Of Soul and Joy we deal with, because I mean, young people feel like they're not heard enough. And so when you give them the tool, which is in this case a camera, to say, here, say what you want to say, and give them a platform like, a historical site like Constitutional Hill, and say, please come share your story, what do you have to say? And then you get personal stories, you get community stories, and then you get stories of the past, you get stories of the present.
Yes.
And then you get some stories of what people sort of hope for, going forward. So I think, therefore, that empowerment comes in that play where everyone feels like they're being heard. They feel like their community is being seen.
Yeah, it becomes a mirror as well. Tadiwa, I want to look at the training and the mentorship that was also on offer. What was that process like? I mean, how long was it? What did you undergo, in essence, to produce your work?
So I started photography in 2022.
Okay.
In Excellent Joy. I was doing grade 8 that time.
Wow.
So yeah. So firstly, when I started, like I think I didn't understand what is photography. Because like I wasn't. But then when time goes on, I manage. As I go, they mentored me. I learned like different things. So that's when I think I started falling in love with photography. That's when I started falling in love with the camera. Like going out. Having a confidence for me. Like and also, like it became like an easy thing for me to actually talk with elderly people, because like we are used to talk to our peers, so when you talk to an elderly, like it's a different thing, and also that's when I think,
so you got to grow and learn about yourself in relation to your community and broader society as well. Thank you for these conversations and thank you for being part of it today as well. And we're wishing you all the best of luck. I know that there is information available if people want to get in touch. So we're going to leave it there for now. Sibusiso, Bheka, as well as Tadiwa, Mkono. This morning they joined us. They were chatting about the return of the exhibition. I put my hand on my chest to feel my heartbeat. Of course, hosted at the historic Constitutional Hill. As we know, it's happening between the 1st of February until the 31st of March 2025.